This is John D'Agostino with D'Agostino and Associates, the injury firm, and I'm proud to be a sponsor and partner of WABC Radio and Sid and Friends in the Morning, live from Israel. God bless America.
I'm attorney Jenna D'Agostino, continuing the legacy my father, John D'Agostino, started 35 years ago.
I grew up on these New York and New Jersey streets. They shaped me. I'm attorney John D'Agostino from D'Agostino and Associates, the injury firm.
Call our team first.
888-24-LAW-24. 888-24-LAW-24. D'Agostino Law Bite Back.
The cold winter weather is coming, and the team at Peerless Boilers, they're ready to help you prepare for this season. It's time to make sure your home is nice and warm for the cold weather. Save loads of money on your fuel bill. Do it now before it's too late and you've got a mess on your hands. Start thinking about replacing your old beast of a boiler with a new high-efficiency Peerless Boiler. Go to peerlessboilers.com, pop in your zip code, and you'll find a dealer near you. Remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best-built boilers, and proud sponsor of Sid and Friends in the Morning, live from Israel.
My next guest, I say this all the time, in my lifetime, the two best New York politicians I've seen are Rudy Giuliani and my guest right now, the former Congressman, the great Peter King. Pete, good morning, buddy. How are you?
I'm doing fine, Sid. You and I kid around a lot, but I really want to commend you for what you're doing over there. It takes guts. And even more than that, it brings home the message to people in New York, whether it's Jewish or not, what's really happening there. You're on the ground. It's not some antiseptic covering from far away. You're right there, and it really means a lot. So thank you for what you're doing.
Oh, my God, coming from you, that means a lot. Thank you, Peter. And look, I know how much you love the Jewish people. You always did well in the vote with the Jewish people there in Nassau County. And I have a feeling, I guess, you must have been to Israel a bunch of times, yes?
I was there, I guess, at least 5 or 6 times. I was there in 1993 when Prime Minister Rabin told us that the agreement had been reached in Oslo that day with Shimon Peres and Arafat. I was on the White House lawn. That's how with Arafat and Rabin, where Bill Clinton had them shake hands. Unfortunately, I was also in Israel for Rabin's funeral. I was there in 2004 when Israel, 2005 when Israel was withdrawing from Gaza, at a number of other times. And I've been up in the Golan Heights. I've been to Judea and Samaria. It's an amazing country. The last time I was there, it's been a while now, was 2014 with David Patterson and the New York Board of Rabbis in Ashkenaz when it was under attack. We actually saw the Iron Dome blocking rockets, and it was again, those are memories that you'll always have. And but I just don't want it to be memories, because Israel has to go forward. It's a strong nation, and whether I like Jewish people, whether Jewish people like me, whether I have Jews in my district or whatever, the fact is, from a very strategic point of view, Israel is our strongest ally in the Middle East, if not the entire world. We have to have, for American survival, Israel has to be strong. So apart from all of the other connections that we have, religious connections, cultural connections, also coming from New York, where there's such a great Jewish tradition, the fact is Israel is essential to American security. And that's what we have to keep in mind. And that's why it's so distressing. But I'm not trying to make this partisan. When people like Kamala Harris says, well, we stand with Israel, but one says she stands with Netanyahu. That'd be like World War II saying, yeah, we support the British, but we don't support Churchill. It's insane. They're our closest ally. He's their duly elected leader. We have the moral and diplomatic and legal obligation to stand with him.
1,000% true. My beautiful wife Danielle has nicknamed Kamala Harris the inartful Dodger, because she can't answer a question, even when they asked her, is Bibi an ally, which of course he is. So that brings me to this. Yesterday, me and Dershowitz, the last 2 days, have both been on John's great show, Katz and Cosby, and Rita. And yesterday, they asked me what I thought Bibi would do. And I do think that Bibi is going to move ahead. I can't tell you if he's going to wipe out the nuclear facilities and the oil fields both at this time. But I do think he's about to do something pretty heavy. Dershowitz seems to think he's waiting for approval from the United States and that he still listens to the United States. I don't know if Alan's right, but I can tell you this. Being in Israel, the people who live here, they don't care about the United States. They don't want to hear about the United States. They want Bibi, because he's now regaining popularity again here. They want Bibi to punch Iran right across the face. As a guy that was all about Homeland Security, Peter King, what would you recommend?
I think in the end he has to do what he has to do for the state of Israel, and he believes is best. He takes an oath to defend Israel, to and Israel is right now under attack for its very life. Listen, obviously you want the United States on your side, and I'm sure that the Biden administration can put incredible pressure on Netanyahu behind the scenes. Not that he wants their approval per se, but he maybe considers all of the harm they could do as far as holding back aid, as far as even turning against Israel in some ways. But in the end, he's going to have to make that decision. And at the end of the day, he says, listen, I want to support the United States. I wish I had it. I know this can cause problems going forward. But for the survival of the country, I am going to go ahead with this attack, whatever it is. And it has to be something, I think. And I'm saying this, I'm the armchair quarterback from thousands of miles away. But I would think, considering the flagrant attack on Israel from so many quarters, all directed by Iran, Netanyahu has to do more than just the usual response. That's my feeling from here. So if he believes to attack the oil fields, attack the nuclear facilities, if that can be done, I'm just saying, if it can be actually so far below the earth, maybe he figures it wouldn't be totally successful now. But whatever he can get, try expression, the biggest bang for the buck, whatever the best result he can get from what he does, that's what I think he should do.
I agree. My friend Tom Sullivan says attack the Navy. So Dershowitz said yesterday, look, Joe Biden came out a couple of days ago, and he said, don't do it. Leave the nuclear facilities alone. Don't do it. And maybe Biden and the United States made some promise to Bibi. Said, hey, I'll tell you what, if you don't bomb their nuclear facilities or their oil fields, we're going to give you this. And then you have to ask yourself the next question. If you're Bibi Netanyahu, do you trust Joe Biden or this administration?
And that's something that Netanyahu has to factor in. I mean, I don't see who in that administration you can really point to. Sometimes, in administrations you have someone leads one way, one leads the other. I don't know anyone who is strongly Israel. Certainly it's not the Secretary of State. And I don't know anyone in that top realm there around Biden. I would say Biden may be the most pro-Israel of all of them, which is really a hell of a thing to say, considering what's been going on. I mean, there's no Lincoln, to me, always seems to be apologizing for Israel. Kamala Harris, when you try to figure out what she's saying, certainly is never given full support to Israel at all. No. And the line of the way you tell that the bloodshed has to stop. I mean, do we say that when we were bombing Japan in 1944 or 1945, or when we were bombing the hell out of Germany in February, March, and April of 1945? No, it's horrible. Nobody wants death. Nobody wants innocent kids killed. But these things will happen in war. And if you use that as a reason not to go forward, then you're just encouraging more of these attacks by Hamas and Hezbollah. And I even hate using their names because it's Iran. Iran is the ones who's attacking.
That's right.
The bottom line.
Yeah, they are. So, Trump was on this show Monday. I know you listen to this show religiously. Oh, yeah. You're not just a great guy. And I got a great Trump for 28 minutes. I got the guy that was very quick to criticize Biden and Harris, which he does everywhere. But I also got the guy that took time to make fun of Oprah Winfrey, Howard Stern, Don Imus. It was a very fun, jovial, cordial, comfortable, easy Donald Trump. And I think he's starting to feel what I'm starting to feel, which is he's winning. I mean, she's in big trouble. She had momentum weeks ago. There's no doubt about it. She had momentum. She's done nothing to keep that momentum or even increase it. While Trump, he's out there in Georgia for the hurricane victims. He does 3 events and calls me on October the 7th. He's everywhere. He has, I believe, the last couple of weeks forged not way ahead, but ahead enough. What are your thoughts?
That's certainly the impression I get from talking to Republicans who are close to him, from polling I've seen. Also, if I could just sidetrack for one moment. You're talking about Howard Stern and Imus. Last night, Rosemary and I had dinner with Bernadette Castro, and she was talking about her days with Imus. I'm not going to tell you all the things she said. She loved you, and she loved Bernie. She loved Charles. I'll leave it at that. She just loved everybody.
But by the way, but it's funny because I gave Bernadette, I love her, such a hard time. Imus gave me those orders, so she would come on and she'd talk about in Nassau County the beaches and the parks, and I'd be like, really? How many toes did you find this morning? She never laughed at that. She never laughed. But I loved it. That was the Iman's thing. But I love Bernadette Castro. Please send my regards.
Person. She told me to say also one other thing. Ken Haskell, our mutual friend, the Seaford High School 9/11 Memorial Fund is having a big fundraising event at Mulcahy's on Sunday, October 20th. I'm not trying to put in a plug, but they do so much good work for families. They keep the tradition alive here with 9/11. Ken Haskell, our family lost so much that day. some okays. It's called the Oktoberfest, but it's all funds are going to the secret 9/11 High School Memorial Fund, which they maintain every year. It's one of the largest in New York. It really is. It's phenomenal. Anyway, that's it for my advertising plugs. But Bernadette loves you, and the Haskell family loves you. And I sort of like your times, so I love Daniela all the time.
I don't blame you. Haskell's all good people. So just to finish your thought, we'll wrap this up.
Yeah.
Your Republican buddies are telling you that they feel like Trump is starting to really take control of this race.
Yeah, they definitely feel that her surge of, whatever you want to call it, stopped, that Trump is holding what he has and moving forward. And also, when you have such a large number of people saying that the country's going in the wrong direction, and when 51% of the people, despite everything, say the Trump administration have been a success, it's almost natural that those people on Election Day, even though Harris, I'm not that crazy about Trump, he drives me nuts at times, but the country worked under him. She is showing us nothing. We don't trust her, and they feel that is what's going to put Trump over. So he has a solid base of support, and he's holding and he's gaining among those people who just feel that this administration's been a failure. Kamala Harris is a continuation of that failure, and Trump, whatever problems you may have with him personally, the fact is that he provides the leadership we need. We live in a dangerous world, and all these problems we talk about now, we did not have under Trump. Well, if we had them, he kept them down and controlled them. And this group, the Biden-Harris group, is incapable of controlling anything. They just throw gasoline on the fire, and even if they're trying to do the right thing, they are, in the words of my old friends, on-again, off-again friends, Jimmy Breslin, they are the gang that can't shoot straight.
The great Kevin Breslin just texted me moments ago. But in wrapping this up, just admit that you feel a little better knowing this, Pete. Monday, I spoke to Trump. Thursday, tomorrow night, I'm having a meeting with President Herzog. And either Friday or Saturday, I'm going to have a one-on-one with Bibi Netanyahu. Don't you feel better now that I'm, talking to all these world leaders and make sure everybody's okay?
We used to have Henry Kissinger and all these great world leaders. Now it all comes down to Sid Rosenberg. I guess I'm glad it's you, but it also makes me wonder what is going on with the world. Oh my God,
I'm not even kidding. I'm being honest.
You're the voice.
No, you're right. I mean, I'm not. It's true. Trump, Herzog, and Bibi this week from Sid Rosenberg. You can't make it up. Hey, Pete, great job. I love you. Thank you for doing a great job as always this morning. And I'll talk to you again next week when I'm back in New York.
I'll Joe Cairo tonight. We'll have a drink for you.
Oh, I love. What's the owner's name again? Robert or the owner, Pete? What's his name?
Now you caught me off guard. Rosario.
That's right. Yes, he's a great guy.
Absolutely.
All right, have fun tonight. Give my best to Rosemary. Thank you, buddy.
I certainly will. All the best.
All right, take care.
Nassau County Executive Bruce Blakeman invites you to mark 1 year since Hamas attacked Israel on October 7th. Join us as we come together this Monday, October 7th at 6 p.m. at the Harry Chapin Lakeside Theater in Eisenhower Park. Let's stand together in solidarity with Israel and those held hostage Monday, October 7th, 6 p.m. at Eisenhower Park. For more information, visit NassauCountyNY.gov.